All right, welcome on in. Roast special part 1.
Part 2?
No, this is the first one. I didn't get roasted.
Part
Yeah.
1 of the saga.
We have our guest, Default. Welcome on in.
Returning guest.
Oh yeah, he did go on with Andy.
I went on twice, I think.
Yeah, twice. Recurring
another
guest.
time a short one.
So today we have a topic about, I believe, pretenders and contenders. Right, Default?
Yes. I mean, I'm just going to say the East is all pretenders outside of like 2 teams.
So East has really no chance, besides maybe
East
the Celtics.
Sucks. Just look at the standings right now. The East is terrible.
Yeah, but the
I don't know
playoffs
what's going on.
are a different story, though, and that's where I think the Thunder and Rockets are also pretenders, but, I mean, they're having great regular seasons.
Do you think that players are so scared of the Celtics that they joined the West?
No. I mean, the West is stacked. Right? It's not like you're running away. Oh, we're scared of one team, so we're going to go into the West where everyone fighting for a playoff spot is at least above 500. Meanwhile, you look in the East and you're like, man, there's playoff teams that are below 500. It just makes no sense.
Yeah.
Even the last play-in spot right now for the East is between all rebuilding teams.
All right, so let's do it. Let's do something here. Let's rank top 3 pretenders in each conference. I could start if you guys aren't ready to think of some, but
I'll let you start first.
All right, so the East.
It's funny how the Sixers fan wants to start.
All right, do you want to start?
No, go.
All right, so the East 3, I'm gonna rank them in order. Top 3 pretenders. I got the Knicks number 1.
We ain't pretending.
Let's see here. We got. I'm gonna go Cavs number 2 just because they're a higher seed.
Wow. I disagree with this.
And
Watch them say Celtics number 3.
I'm gonna go Bucks number 3.
All right. I got a better one. And we're just doing the East, right?
For now, yeah.
All right. So, probably going to say here, Pacers 1. I think Halliburton's really taken a step back. 2, go with the Bucks. 3,
I feel like you're gonna say Cavs.
nope. I don't have a third.
You have.
Bias taken.
Is it the Knicks?
Can't say that. I mean, if you're talking about strictly winning a championship, I never want to say that they're going to definitely win this year because our bench is hurting. I have to see what happens, but
So are you putting them number 3?
yeah, exactly. What bench?
So you're putting them number 3 without saying it?
No, I mean, they're not really pretending that they're a contender yet, though. They're just saying that they're going to be a top 3 seed, which you never know in the playoffs.
If you trade all your picks and assets, you're supposed to be in contention.
No, so the McHale trade was a New York tax because we traded the Nets.
That's still
It's not
trading
because
a lot.
that's what we think he was worth. But yeah, I mean, that's my 3. Default, you want to give your 3?
He didn't do a 3.
I think I'm going to start from like...
Wait. He didn't do
bottom up.
3. Are you saying the Knicks are your 3rd?
No,
You gotta pick another one.
I don't have one.
Oh my gosh. Alright, he doesn't know the rules. Alright, Default, go.
Alright, I think I'm gonna start from bottom. So I think the 3rd, I don't really like Pacers, but I don't really like the Pistons either. I think the Pistons are just having a decent season because the East is also terrible. I think they're just there because every other team sucks this year.
So are we saying pretenders are strictly top teams that are claiming to be contenders, or are we saying just playoff teams that don't deserve there?
I think it's maybe both. I think they're
Alright.
overperforming.
Let me add Pistons too then.
Pistons number 3.
Yeah, I would say Pistons. the pretenders. Another one, I think Miami is just not good this year.
Wait, you got to rank
They're-
them.
He's number 2,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I'm ranking. I'm like the Pistons. I would rank as the third pretender, right? I'm going bottom up,
Yeah.
from least fraud to most fraud. So I'm saying Pistons is number 3. Like they're doing all right, but it just sucks. I think Miami number 2. Miami's terrible this season, inconsistent. They're also below 500, sitting in the last playoff spot. Or actually, they're playing. My bad, not even a playoff. 8 seed.
Yeah, that's
And
why I
then
was having
number
trouble.
one- Yeah, number 1, the most fraud team, gotta be the Knicks. The Knicks, what bench? No bench.
Yeah.
How you play, Bib's way or out of here. You got guys that don't play, and then Mr. Precious Achua somehow got 41 minutes in a game. How is
Injuries.
Achua playing 40 minutes?
Injuries. He played that
You
because
gotta have
Anunoby
the
was
bench.
out.
You gotta have something. Achua
Yeah,
can't
but-
play 40.
Yeah, but you have to keep in mind we depleted our depth. We all understood that going in. So 1 or 2 injuries is definitely going to hurt us. Now, are we claiming to be better than the Cavs or Celtics? No. So what are we pretending?
You don't get to pick if you're.
pretending that you're not gonna win playoffs at all. Right? It's like you're focusing so much regular season. We gotta run our guys out, get the regular season wins, and then come playoff time, your guys are gassed from doing the regular season, and you're just gonna get defeated by all these other teams that actually have a bench.
I do think we're going to win our first round matchup. The second round is where it's going to be a challenge because it'll probably be the Celtics. So we're not going in saying, oh, we're definitely winning. How are we pretending?
Anyone. Wait, Default, you still here?
Yeah.
Alright, so anyone who trades that many assets and even the players on the team know they're going for the championship, you can't claim you're not a type of contender just because
Right.
you.
Trying to
Hold on, Sixer fans. Hold on. Who pays over $100 million in free agency and then misses the playoffs completely? Where's the real pretenders at?
Daryl Morey is
I
a
don't think the
pretender.
Sixers are pretending. I think they're exactly where they bottom in the league. This team is terrible. Even when all their star players are healthy, they're terrible.
Yeah, but that's not what they
Like,
said
you're
going
tanking
in.
without tanking somehow.
Yeah, but that's not what they said going in. They didn't say
Wait,
we're signing Paul George.
we're talking
getting
about-
Maxey.
We're talking about playoffs.
Yeah, we're talking about like contenders though.
We're not talking
I
about
agree,
flops.
Sixers are a poverty franchise.
We're not talking about season flops. We're talking about playoffs.
No, from the beginning of the year, your idea as a team was to make the playoffs, be top 3 seed,
But
and that was pretending then.
we're already past that. It's over.
No, it's still happening though. It's not like you don't have a chance to sneak in the playoffs. It's still in the rounds.
No one's saying we're contenders. Contenders should be like
Well, who's saying the Knicks are going to win the finals?
contenders should be like top
Who's
5
saying that?
odds and like betting sites
Okay,
that
how about this? If the Knicks aren't trying to win now, when are they?
So, actually, I have some insight for you here as a Knicks fan. These guys are all under 30. We have a 3-year window we're planning for. That's where we will build our bench out slowly and slowly. If guys don't work out, such as McHale, they're on tradable contracts. Josh Hart is a valuable piece. Maybe we flip him for some guys, get some depth. I don't see that happening right away, but we do have a 3-year plan for this team, hence why we're not really worried about this year's playoffs.
why didn't you
as
bring up
much as others.
Anunoby?
Anunoby, yeah,
Your window is really short. You're gonna have to move these guys that you've got because I think this is the best you can get as a team for starters. There's just no bench.
yeah. Again, we're not talking about starters here. We're talking about the bench. Now the cap rises this coming off season. We also lose some guys like Precious Achua to free agency. Opens a little bit of a window there to get some other bench players in there.
Precious
We're
is one of
relying
your
on league men.
Precious is one of your main rotation.
No, we're
players.
gonna have an exception as well. Also free up a little bit of cap space
You're in
again.
the apron.
Yeah, but it rises. We lose Achua.
You're in the apron.
Yeah, the first apron, not the second. Catch up
Doesn't
here.
sound good at all.
All right, so you don't see the vision yet, but that's okay.
How many picks do you
yeah.
have?
I'll compare this to the NHL, right? Hockey. Toronto Maple Leafs, that's my team.
Right.
Every single year, we have a window. We had these rookies that basically became superstars. We overpaid them. COVID happened. The cap didn't go up a whole lot. We still have them. We extended them. They're getting paid even more. So every year, the team is top heavy, right? All the money goes to the top guys. And every single year, the bottom guys get recycled out, right? People expire, they sign somewhere else
Yeah.
for more. We refill with like league min contracts. I think that's what the Knicks are doing. You can't win that way, in my opinion, because you got to have guys that are with you the whole way.
All right.
Right?
Yeah, but
You're
understood.
going to recycle in guys on the bench that are going to play for one season, and then they're not going to know how to play like on the team.
Right,
properly.
but this is not the NHL. Keep in mind. Now, as far as like we're already on the top three, so slight improvements could get you to a further step, especially in the NBA. It's volatile. The cap is going to really constrict the Celtics and the Cavs as well. So we do have a chance to play some catch up there. But
Sir, I have a question.
go ahead.
How do you get valuable pieces to your rotation if you don't have any money and if the player
All right.
if
Again,
if the
you can't say you
player
don't have any money.
if the player you get overproduces on a contract year, you're not going to be able to afford him in the future anyway. So how do you keep this going?
Every year the cap rises for one.
It doesn't rise enough. That's
No.
what my NHL comparison was for like my team, right?
Again.
They keep recycling guys because guys come here, they do good, and they leave because they
Okay.
get paid somewhere else.
Yes, that is understood. Now, what you don't seeing here is that there is a chance that we get some valuable players on the bench. We're not talking about starters. We're talking about bench players that are not going to be on heavy contracts. Now, bench players under Tibbs, do they have to play 30 minutes, 25 even? No. So pushing people in and out might help. As opposed to hockey, you got 4 lines of forwards, 3 defense pairings. The guys that play consistently.
But the last line doesn't really play that much in playoffs, if I
Yeah, the
remember.
fourth doesn't play much. It's usually your third, second. But the hockey, there's less turnover, right? In NBA, teams are constantly like players are in and out, in and out, in and out.
Right.
But
so
the
We're-
NH
like for me, I'm thinking if the Knicks have a 3-year window and their plan is to we're gonna find a gem for cheap and they're gonna be on the bench. All these other teams I'm looking at in the East that are doing bad now, I think they're gonna get better in the future. So now the Knicks are gonna have to compete against all these other teams that are getting better in that window.
but the
That's
N-
what I'm thinking. This is like their best chance. The East is
Yeah, but the
as
Maple
weak as it
Leafs
can
are
get.
not a
I have a
top 3
combatant
team.
to this. The NHL uses their lower leagues to improve their NHL team a lot more than the NBA uses their G League team to
Well, the
improve.
G League sucks for one. That's
So you don't really need too much turnover in a hockey organization because this might be a hot take, but it's a lot easier to replace a hockey player over an NBA player.
correct.
Yeah, for sure. In your bottom team, like your bottom 6, it's easier
Yeah.
to replace.
I don't know. Again, we'll have to see how it plays out, but we do have like a 3-year window with these ages of players, their contracts, the ability to slightly improve. We're not talking like some kind of big name coming over.
You also have what is it, like 7 rounds in the draft for NHL?
Mhm.
NBA only has
but
2.
Usually only the first and second matter, like for NHL.
But you have all
Yeah,
those
versus-
depth pieces that are in the that could grow into something. You see these lower
Yeah.
round 4 through 7 players. Sometimes there's some gems in there, but in the NBA you only have 2 rounds to pick from, so your options are a lot slimmer.
Yeah.
My comparison was just between a team that's top heavy, where all their money's in their big guys, and they have no money left for depth. That doesn't work. For any sport, I think, in playoffs, it's not your top guys are, they're supposed to do their job, but you need a supporting cast that'll help them.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that, but again, with the NBA, like 8, 9 guys is where you're playing. So having 5 quality guys is already a good step.
But you see a team like the Celtics, they have all those core guys that they're paying a lot of money also. Like the Knicks tried to do something like that, but I don't think
but the Celtics got it more like divided out, right? Like even like guys like Horford, Pritchard.
But like Tatum, Brown,
It's not divided out as
Porzingis,
much.
Holiday, the top four are like the
Drew
same
Holiday,
type of.
Porzingis, Tatum.
The top four are pretty much the
Derek
same
White.
payments type thing.
It's pretty similar actually when you compare the teams.
They
Yeah,
just
I think the
they just
Celtics
hit
are
more
just
depth
better.
wise.
Yeah, they're better across the board, right? Like not just Jaylen Brown, Tatum, Porzingis, Derek White, Drew Holiday, Pritchard, Horford. That's already like 7 guys.
I know, but they also I have to give some credit to the release here because the Celtics had years to like raise these like depth players into
These guys have been there like 2-3 years. This is again where I'm going with it. Like Rome's not built in a day. You don't just get a bunch of guys together in 1 year and expect to contend.
With that being said, they're still pretenders.
Maybe this year.
I
If you want to
don't
say
think
that
the
we thought
Celtics
we
is
were,
homegrown, right? They got their young guys and they built with the young guys. Whereas the Knicks kind of traded for pieces, and these guys are.
wait a minute.
They're-
Wait a minute. Where did Porzingis and Holiday come from? Where did Derek White come
okay.
from?
Yeah, but your core guys like Tatum and Brown are homegrown.
2 guys. Yep.
Yeah, like to me, I think that's
They,
huge.
but the Knicks also traded for Brunson, Cat, Anunoby,
yeah,
Bridges.
the Knicks got everyone not homegrown. The only
All
guy
right.
left there is like what Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a good
Right?
reason.
Everybody else is new.
Yeah. There's a good.
And Brooklyn got there.
No, we all knew that. We're not claiming to have the best of luck with the draft. Never said that. In fact, a team like us never really wins the lottery, so we don't even try for that.
You guys got Barrett, I guess.
But Tatum and Brown weren't like number 1 overall picks.
Tatum should have been.
They were high though.
Yeah, they were up there, but like the Knicks had some up there picks.
Wait, let's talk about how Tatum was not the number 1 pick because the Sixers made a mistake.
No, we don't have to talk about that today. We're good. Moving on. All right,
Yeah, that's good.
top 3 pretenders in the West.
now. Yep.
Oh, do you guys want to start?
Let him start. Yep.
Okay, I'll start. So for me in the West, I think I'll start from bottom up again. Let's see, this is actually kind of hard. Because the West is more competitive, right? Like, you look at the middle, and it's all like everyone's fighting for the middle right now. It's
That's
not
where I
like the
feel it's
East,
better.
where you look at the middle and say, oh, all these teams are like below 500.
Yeah, like you're not expecting
it's
the
kind-
Pistons.
It's kind of hard to rank them by like order. I think the Mavs are big pretenders right now.
Yeah.
It's not looking good for them. That trade, like AD did really good on his debut, and then he goes down out for like 3 weeks. That's not a good start.
Wait, I thought
They were
AD was out
playing
for the
last year.
season.
He's not out for the season.
No, he was only out for like 3 weeks or like a month basically. Right? Or that's the timeline right now. So that's not looking good. And I would say another team that's in play-ins. I think the Warriors are frauds. They got
Wait,
Jimmy Butler.
I'm confused how you're picking these lower end teams. Like, usually when you think of pretenders, you think of the higher end
That's what I
teams.
meant by it's kind of hard because the West, all these teams are fighting for playoffs right now.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking these are teams that might make it, but I think they're pretenders.
All right, so let's pick one team in the top 6 that
Okay,
you.
in the top 6. I think if I had to pick one team here, top 6. That's a tough one. All these teams are pretty good. That's the problem with the West. Is that a lot of teams are really.
Do you want release to go first?
I'll just throw one. I think the Nuggets are pretenders this season.
Okay.
And that would be one of my top.
Reasons?
I'm done with it. Reason, they look so like they don't care this season. When they play defense, they're all over the place. They don't look like they're in it. They're not focused. And I just don't think they're going to win a championship that way. Although Westbrook, Jokic, Jamal Murray, they're playing great.
They do have the
Rest of team,
highest
not
point.
So much.
They do have the highest point per game on like opposing point per game
Pretty bad defense. Yeah.
116.
Their defense is so lazy. If you watch the Nuggets play, they don't care. Right? They're not focused at all. They're pointing around. They're just standing there. You can't win in the playoffs like that.
They have a worse defense than the Sixers, and that's saying a lot.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that goes to Jokic's weaknesses on that end.
You got one release?
All right, so here's my top three.
No, just one in the top 6.
No, I'm going top 3. All right, so some pretenders. I would definitely say I think the Rockets are pretending right now. Now they're top 5. I would also say they're too young to go pretty far in the playoffs as to what some people are thinking they're at. I do think they have a bright future, but as far as this year, I do think it's pretending. My second spot, I do think the Memphis Grizzlies. We see them currently in the 2nd seed. We don't know if that'll change or not, but right now they're in the 2nd. I anticipate having that young core together is going to cause issues in the playoffs from the lack of experience. Morant's a pretty good player, yes, but what has he done in
Experience
the playoffs?
in what?
Playoffs.
Offense, defense?
Playoffs. Talking about wins. Now,
I just think the Thunder are. I think they deserve the credit.
Now here
This
comes.
team is good without Chet. And now imagine him like back fully healthy, get into a groove. I think this team is a.
All right, number one pretender for me though. It's interesting you say that. Is the Thunder.
That's what I like. That's what I mean. The Thunder. I think they deserve the. This team is good. I don't think they're gonna do bad. All their guys buy in, right? Even if they're young, they're built for small ball, and every single guy that is playing in the small ball line, they're all dogs on defense.
Yeah. Now,
That's where the playoff part comes in. Is you gotta be dogs on defense. That'll translate really well.
okay. Now here's why I think that they're pretending and they're not going to go too far in the playoffs. So they do have injury concerns that worry me about them. Hartenstein's been hurt this year. Holmgren's been hurt. We have some other players in and out of the lineup at times. Caruso. They do have a solid team. I just feel like in the playoffs they're not going to go as far as people are thinking. Because I do think the Lakers are going to come out of the West. My hot take. Lucas, you could go.
All right. So, I guess I gotta wait. Did you start from the bottom also?
Yep.
All right. So I guess
all top 5.
I guess I'll start from the bottom and work my way up. Number 3, I have the Minnesota Timberwolves. Why do I think them? Because you have Randall, who's all like.
They suck.
I don't think anyone's picking them to like contend at all or even be that good at this point.
Yeah, I just don't think they're gonna make any noise. They might even get bounced in the round 1.
They might not even make the playoffs. I'm gonna put it that way.
Number 2, I'm gonna go with. Yeah, I gotta agree with release here with Houston. I just don't think they have the type of team to go very far in the playoffs. I'm thinking max round 2. They might be able to get past round 1, but if they face a team like the Lakers, they're in deep trouble.
They're getting bounced.
The biggest pretender. Honestly, I kind of like the other 5 teams that are in the top 6.
Yeah, the West is really strong.
I don't even know, like... Can I just give 2? Because the third team I would have said is like the Dallas or the Kings.
I wouldn't count the Kings. No one's really calling them.
No, I'm
anything.
just going to say it. The Clippers are my biggest pretender. Actually, I'll switch
what's
them.
crazy?
I'll switch them and the Rockets.
Okay.
Durant and Booker might not even make. playoffs or play-ins for this season.
Yep.
That is a mess.
And that is crazy.
I'm also on Team OKC winning it all. I predicted, or I bet on them to win it.
They're a good team. They're young, but they have what you need to win, which is a bunch of 3-and-D guys and guys that care on defense, and they just got like a team bond. Right? Everything they do is like just team interviews. The whole team's around there, and I don't know. They're perfect. Insert Homelander. It's perfect. The only issue is the height. Maybe that's why they got the small ball.
I don't even think height is an issue, really. They have so many, like...
If Hartenstein and Chet, they could just rest until playoffs, right?
You have SGA, who's 6'6", or whatever.
I think everyone's 6'6"
Everyone
up.
is kind of around there, like 6'4" to 6'6". It's a small ball lineup, though.
I don't consider it small ball when they're fully healthy. It's actually big ball. You have Chet and Hartenstein starting together, possibly.
If you have them starting together, I think so. But overall, like what, Jalen Williams is 6'7"?
Yeah, around there.
Tall.
But you have so much,
And
like...
he's the-
You can mess with the lineup so much that you don't even, like, have to worry about them defensively because they could always change stuff, and they have so many playable guys that it'll work out in the end.
Yeah, like for me, it works because these guys might not be super tall, but they're mid-size and they all care on defense. Yeah, as long as you care, that's how you're gonna win.
To release this point, anyone who really gets hurt in the playoffs, like big name wise, your team probably isn't winning anyway. So you can't really worry about that because it could happen to anyone, and that team probably isn't going to go anywhere. So
My point was I worry about their consistently hurt players like Chet. Hartenstein's been hurt several times. I worry about that because they're a big part of their defense too. Those two guys.
but if they dominate teams, they don't even have to try that hard.
Yeah, I don't think you need to run them that much because the OKC runs like the biggest lineup in the NBA. I think like they used almost 10 players every night or something like that.
Yeah.
Get meaningful minutes, not like the Knicks where it's throw them out there, 10 minutes, all right, get them out. Right? Like OKC's playing their guys like 10 plus.
Yeah, they have a better roster. I'm not debating that at all, but what I'm saying here is I feel like the Lakers are going to surprise a lot of people and come out of the West.
You know what? I think the Lakers are a fraud too. Just because you're hyping them up, I think they're a fraud team.
I don't
I
think
don't know about that.
I don't think they're a fraud team because they have so many playoff performers on their
They
team.
have LeBron and Luka. That is all you need.
I don't know. I'm waiting
Even
to
their
see them get bounced in the first round.
even their depth players like Gabe Vincent has his moments on the Heat.
Rui, you got Finney Smith, Vandy. You got a lot of length there too.
Austin Reeves has done well in the playoffs in the past.
He might be the best tertiary player on any team.
Not too much. Can't say that.
I think so.
No.
I think
Sixers fan gonna be like, but Paul George.
No,
Oh,
I was
he's
thinking
trash.
like Evan Mobley or something, but or like J-Dub maybe.
that's a better.
No, Jalen Williams is the number 2.
So
I would
Chet,
say Chet would be the third on that team.
he's still better than Reeves. I'd rather have Chet over Reeves as my third option.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Offensively,
Chet's
though?
like a 7'2",
Both
7'1"
ways.
Center power forward.
I'm thinking both ways, not just offense.
I'm thinking offense. Sorry. Strictly offense.
Classic release. Only cares about offense.
Well, yeah, I said tertiary, meaning like the tertiary scorer. He definitely averages more.
Usually your defensive guys aren't going to be your top scorers sometimes, right?
Right.
I think if we're thinking of like a third guy, you usually think offense first. Because on defense, you could just put in pure defensive guys, right? They're
Exactly.
role players. They can
Yeah,
shoot
like a
a
Jackson
three.
Hayes.
Why is Jackson Hayes the first name that came to your mind?
Lakers. The Lakers coming out of the West.
That's crazy.
I just have this feeling.
Their backup centers are like Alex Len and the Jameson guy, Jameson the third or something.
Trade.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're looking pretty weak on like the front court.
I do think the Lakers will make the conference finals.
No, I mean, like my point, LeBron and Vandy could play the 5 too, though. So
I don't know if you want to run LeBron into those kind of taxing scenarios where you got to guard like the other team's big guy.
They're not doing that.
I mean, he's stronger
It's a
than.
40-year-old LeBron.
I'm saying like as a backup 5, like obviously not going to start at the 5. That'd be Jackson Hayes. I do want to say that they do have a lot of length on that team, kind of make up for that. We'll have to see what happens. Maybe I'm wrong, but I do feel like the Lakers have a run coming.
Default, where are you predicting them to end out?
You mean in the standings or playoffs?
Playoffs, which round?
I think they'll have a decent matchup in the first round, so I'll give them the first round.
They're scheduled to face
But
the Rockets if it ends
I
today.
think they would lose the second. I don't know. I don't see them as a team that's going to last long. Right? Keep in mind, LeBron's 40. Luka's got some conditioning issues. The front court's pretty weak, in my opinion.
The conditioning is fake.
Go that far.
I don't think he has conditioning issues, Luka.
I don't know. He looks kind of chubby out there.
He made a deep run last year though.
He led the Mavericks too.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like,
And now he's got
big last year,
LeBron.
too.
LeBron.
Yeah, but LeBron's 40.
I'm predicting them to go round 3.
At least third. Yeah.
I'm predicting round 2. I think they got gas in the tank to do well first round and then lose in the second.
That's fair. I mean, we don't know what'll happen.
What if they sweep the first round? Does that change your opinion?
Yeah, maybe they'll get more rest. I just don't think this team's gonna do that well. There's not enough guys that will step up. Like if Luka starts missing shots, like LeBron is really old. Even if are you gonna play him like the whole game?
I put
Trusted him to do something.
a lot of stock into playoff experience and playoff IQ into playoffs. Like you've seen LeBron make these deep runs with less talent in the past.
Yeah, but LeBron's always
Austin
had a
Reeves.
guy. Like, even on the Lakers, like Davis, I think people hate on him too much because he's always injured. But when he's healthy, he's like a top player. Right? Having a center or power forward who is like an all-around, good at everything is just, it's what a team needs.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the Lakers are missing. You don't have a big who's like good at everything.
But LeBron has had bad bigs in the past. Like AD wasn't even their center when they won it.
LeBron has yeah, but AD was playing like center and power forward, right?
Yeah.
Was McGee on the team?
McGee and Howard. Dwight Howard.
Yeah, that's a pretty good front court, right? The Davis gets some time on center, power forward, and then they had a bunch of 3 and D guys. Right? I think that Lakers team was really good.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
And what the teams he had like what Kevin Love, Davis, Chris Bosh.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess that's just
I
my.
don't think he's going to win it all. I'm just thinking the Lakers are coming out of the West. I do think that team is built to win now.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't think they're built to win in like 2 more years, I think.
I don't think they're built to win now. I just think they have enough to win to the third round.
That's winning now.
That's not winning at all, though.
Again, I didn't say that. I said they're going to come out of the West.
So you're saying they're going to the championship?
I think that, but I could also see them losing as well. I'm not saying it's a stamp it already. I am picking whoever wins the East to win the NBA Finals.
Who do you think is coming out of the East?
He's gonna
If
say
you want a
them.
non-biased take, it'd be the Cavs. Cavs.
The Cavs.
Yep.
I don't know. I think the Celtics are better than the Cavs. even like the record doesn't say it, but I think the Celtics team, when they're all healthy, they rest up, go into playoffs. They just won the chip last season.
They have some fraudulent moments though.
Yeah, but this is the team where if you want experience, they just won. And it's mostly the same team. The whole core is together.
It's pretty hard to win back to back.
It's also not last year's Cavs. I do think they've greatly improved this year.
And I like the Cavs too. I think maybe it's not their time yet.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm picking Cavs Lakers, my final prediction. You want to go,
I got
Lucas?
Celtics Thunder.
Can I pick the same as default or should I switch it up?
Pick what you want.
Sixers.
I was gonna say Celtics and Thunder also, honestly.
Yeah, I think Celtics and Thunder is like the most popular choice probably. It's not really a hot take. Unless you want like the Cavs in there. I just think these are the top two teams that are built for playoffs.
Who's your winners, though?
Thunder.
I think the Thunder.
You guys are the same. Okay.
I like this Thunder team. I liked them before, right? Like when they were young and they weren't even doing great. I'm like, man, this team is good. Like, it's
Wait.
gonna be something in a couple of years.
I just realized that release is predicting a Lakers Cavs, which means it's two LeBron teams. And is he saying that's how he's gonna end his career?
Yes. I have the insight.
He's got the script in his hand right now.
I mean, how else could you explain the Luka trade?
Or is LeBron gonna beat Cleveland and become the ultimate villain?
Oh my god. He has the script.
That's a great storyline.
Wait, so who you're saying is gonna win it though?
No, I said the Cavs.
Oh, so alright. He's gonna give the Cavs their win before he goes out.
Yeah, give him another championship.
And say, Cleveland, this is for you. Cleveland, this is for you.
I did this for you. Builds a statue with a Lakers jersey.
Yep. Oh, that's good. Great story. Great way to end a career.
Great way to end the episode also. Yeah, that was a pretty good, what did I call it? I guess it wasn't really,
I mean, it was a good call-in. It
But
wasn't really a roast.
yeah, I wouldn't call it a roast.
Yeah, I
'Cause
guess it wasn't a roast.
He roasted his own Knicks.
How bad the Knicks are.
He roasted his own Knicks.
Well, I really wouldn't call it roasting. It's just being real.
Oh,
The only other roasting you could do is how bad the Sixers are.
That's a real roast.
who are you roasting though? Because I say they're bad too.
As long as you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Not be too delusional.
maybe a couple months ago, that's who we're roasting.
Yeah, but it's a pretty good episode. We're gonna.
Great content, boys.
Thanks for calling in, Default.
Yep, thanks for having me.
Yep. Call anytime.
All right. All right, so that was our episode. Diamond release video.
Quite
Call in.
Quite a long call-in show, but as you know, we gotta keep it real with you. Bring the hard topics for you. Enjoy.
If anyone, no, I just want to say if anyone wants to call in the future, we will be posting a Discord link down below. You could
join the Discord.
Join the Discord if you want to call, or if you don't want to call, if you just want to stay updated with us or ask us questions or tips on anything.
Yell at release. I give you permission.
That's you.
I know.
All right. Like, comment.
Share. Subscribe.
Peace.
Later.